Greetings to you all. My name is Mzwandile Mohlare, student number 255-10402. Our presentation is based on the style number 4, the news segment. We're using chapter 5 as our news headline. I would like to pass it to Mr. Matodzi.
Hi, my name is Ndamulelo Matodzi, 255-00882. My main focus was on the outcome number 4 and 3. We are talking about gene recessivity and chromosomes. Then I'll pass it to my other member here.
Good evening, I'm Mzwandile Masondo. My student number is 255-43386.
Good evening and welcome to the new breaking news. My name is Ndamulelo Matodzi, your everyday news presenter, bringing to you the latest headlines focusing on locally and globally. Today we have got two well-known theorists. One of them is Mr. Masondo and the other one is Mr. Matodzi. I would like themselves to introduce themselves up to 18 minutes.
Good evening, I'm Professor Mzwandile Masondo.
Good evening, viewers. I am Mr. Matodzi.
So these theories have written a theory, have conducted a research about the prenatal development, and they managed to write an article about the prenatal development. Professor and Minister, what influenced you to conduct a research about the prenatal development?
What motivated me is that I want to know the stages that an unborn child undergoes before birth.
For me, it's because I've always been curious to find out where life starts and where it ends. So for me, conducting this research has always been something that I was curious to do.
Okay. Mr. Masondo, in one of your articles, you have mentioned different types of prenatal development. Can you please explain those stages to us, and how are they important? How important are they to understand?
So the first stage is the germinal stage of week 1 to week 2. Let's begin at the conception when a sperm fertilizes an egg, creating a zygote. Then a zygote flows down the fallopian tube and then implants itself in the uterine wall. And then a zygote is a cell that forms during the sexual reproduction. Okay, this stage is crucial for ensuring birth because that's where the placenta starts to form. Okay, and then we have an embryonic stage of week 3 to week 8. Okay, that's where the developing organisms are called embryo. The body organs start to develop, body parts start to form, and the embryo basic shape emerges. Then the neural tube start to develop, the tube that will later became the spinal cord and the brain emerges. And then we'll have the last stage, which is the fetal stage of week 9 to week 40. This stage focuses on the development of the embryo basic shape, the growth of organs, and then that's where the sex organs start to differentiate, and then the remaining time is spent preparing for birth.
So, theories. We have emphasized on the importance of DNA and chromosomes. Can you please differentiate what is the difference between DNA and chromosomes?
DNA is the chemical substance that determine the inheritance in a person's body. Then chromosomes are formed by DNA. There are these thread-like substances which have been rounded up by proteins containing DNA. So chromosomes and DNA work hand to hand in order to form someone's genes.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, Minister, can you explain their roles in human development, the DNA, and in your explanation, can you please include the genes?
DNA and genes determine the characteristics of the baby which is going to be conceived. So they determine the eye color, the skin color, and the hair color. So the genes and DNA, like they very pivotal role. They play a very pivotal role in human development.
Professor Masondo, in your explanation, you mentioned that like you mentioned the stages of prenatal development. In your stages, I wanted to ask if like this will be a full question to many of the people. I wanted to ask if the congenital disorders are they noticeable during those stages or after those stages through the solar scan?
The congenital disorders can be noticeable on stage 3, when that's where the body parts of an unborn child start to be fully developed, and that's where they can be noticeable through a sonar scan.
Mr. Matodzi, the Minister of Health, based on your profession, I'm pretty sure that there's knowledge on what the pregnant women can do to avoid such disorders.
What pregnant women can do to avoid such disorders, they can go for checkups every 3 months. Every 3 months there are checks in the clinic which are provided free of charge. Then if they feel like maybe things are not safe, they can go to consult with the doctor. And that's where they can get more assistance. Then they must avoid also environmental pressures that might affect them, like stress and depression. Yeah.
So, can you please give me an example of these congenital disorders so that like women can understand if whether their baby has a congenital disorder or not?
One example is Down syndrome.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, Professor Masondo, in your explanation about the stages of development, you have described the stages of prenatal development from conception to birth. I'd like you to explain to me or to mention to me the prenatal developmental influences on the development of a baby. Because the environment in most cases plays a crucial role on how the baby is going to be conceived.
Okay, firstly, what I can say is that the pregnant mother must ensure that she eats healthy and does not use drugs. Eating healthy can ensure that the child grows accordingly without congenital disorders. And then the other thing, the drugs, the mother must ensure that she does not take any drugs, because drugs can cause miscarriage.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now let's focus on the genes, the dominance and recessivity. So, Mr. Matodzi, in your article, you have emphasized about the recessive genes. Yes. Okay, yes. So, like, what is recessive genes and why are they important for us to understand their roles in the prenatal development?
Understanding gene recessivity and dominant gene is important for us to understand like the characteristics of the baby after they've been conceived, because dominant gene actually like is the gene that has power like among them all. So when you look at the times, if it means the recessive gene, the baby is more likely to take the dominant gene's characteristics. For example, if maybe the mother has brown eyes and having a recessive gene, and the father's blue eyes is having a dominant gene, the baby will take the characteristics of the blue eyes because it is the dominant gene. So the dominant gene is more powerful than the recessive gene, because in the genes, all of them like they differ by the characteristics that they're going to form or that they're responsible for. So understanding them is very important for us to know the development of the child.
Okay, in simple terms, which means that the recessive genes is mainly about the genotype gene and also the phenotype gene.
Yes.
Can you please give me a clarification about like the difference between genotype gene and the phenotype gene?
The phenotype gene actually it focuses on the characteristics of the baby, mainly the eye color, the skin color, and the hair color. And the genotype focuses on things the organs of the body. The organs, yeah, like that's what it focuses on. So the genotype are not noticeable. The ones which are more noticeable are those ones of phenotype because they are more like they're more visible because they occur on the eyes, the skin color, the hair color.
So, about the congenital disorders, you as a Minister of Health who's responsible for the health of the pregnant women out there, what are the implications which you can implement to ensure that the babies do not go through the congenital disorders?
What I can do is that I can try an initiative so that all the stepmothers receive enough medication in order to give to these pregnant women, especially during their checkups. I will ensure that everyone who is coming for a checkup lives with the proper and adequate medication in order for them to prevent those type of diseases. And also, I can make maybe campaigns or posters to encourage women to stop using drugs, especially if they're pregnant, preventing them from taking alcohol or cigarettes, those type of things.
Okay, thank you, sir. Back to Professor Masondo. Professor Masondo, is it possible for a baby to be conceived without going any of those stages?
No, it is not possible. A baby must undergo all the stages in order to be fully developed and ready for birth.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was a privilege to have you today. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with you. I hope like the women they've got a better understanding. Even those ones who have already conceived, now they can be able to notice or identify whether a baby has a congenital disorder or not. It was such a privilege. Thank you.